Hey, afternoon from Rocket Garage and Service. This is a Thursday in February. We got some nicer weather outside. I heard rain's coming tomorrow. So what I want to talk about is installing a speaker in this little cubby hole. So I had one and I really didn't think I was going to make a video on it, but we got this made today. So the one I had was just falling apart and it had a 10-inch sub. A 10-inch sub came out and left me about this much room. And what happened is it started cracking here. Now I didn't use MDF like I usually would have. And just for new subscribers or the unknown, MDF is the better wood, or the suggested wood they say to use for speaker boxes. I went with, this is what I had. That's what the old box was. I was really happy with the old box. I just wasn't happy with the speaker. And maybe it could be a combination of the box because that's part of the tuning the speaker. But this is what I had. So I didn't like the sub. It was underpowered for what I wanted out of this car. And I had this really nice 6-inch, or it's a 6.5 inch subwoofer from D&D. The idea was I was just going to redo the front faceplate and put this sub in it, but wound up as I started taking this parting it here, everything came apart. It was just, you could tell it had gotten wet in the past and all that jazz. So we just remade this whole box. So I'm going to take some measurements for somebody who might want to make this on their own. Of course, I had a template. And I can't do everything, like I ain't gonna be able to design this for you, but I can get you in a ballpark and maybe somebody will take something away from it. And then I'm gonna show you how it fits in the car. So first off, we'll do some measurements. So we'll do pretty much from this angle to this, from that ledge, let me get hooked to here. I'm holding pretty sturdy. About 12.5, right? From this end, I'm going to zoom out so we can see it. There we go. My daughter's riding her bike, so that's the bell. About what, 12 1/8? Something like that. I'm looking through the camera, so apologize. So we got this height. We're going to go from, let me use my finger, so I'm going to get y'all real close to kind of hook. All right, coming back out. So really straight across here, we're kind of in that curve. About 17.5, right? I'm going to angle this over to this corner so one could triangulate it if they really want to do their homework. About 18.5. We're going to triangulate to this corner, and about 18, right? So that's about the best I can do without putting this on a piece of paper for somebody and mount it to them like a template. So I'll show you how the back side is designed. Really simplistic box, right? Total depth, I'm going to have to rough it. It's about 10 inches deep, roughly. I'll try to. If I kind of eyeball it without the angle, probably 9.5. So I'll call it 9.5 inches deep. They rounded the curves. 10 inches on this front side. No, about 10.25. And we do have a slight angle. This is angling down. What's that? About 5. About 4 3/4. About 6.5. I'm going to this parting line, about 4 inches deep. This one, about 4 3/4. All right. So that kind of gives us our top. Y'all have to do the homework on the rest, but I'll give you this dimension. The top, about 6.5. the bottom about 8.5. The height on this side, which is the rear, $10.25. What about $10.25? What else? Our spacing here, about 1.5 inches. We're flush on the bottom. We're about 8.5 inches. Is it? I'll call it 3/4 of an inch on this side. Probably 1/2 inch on this side. Let me flip it over. I'm going to put y'all down for a second. Nope. I do not want to drop this thing. It'd be devastating right now. So it should be similar designs, but you can see how it's flush because it's going to sit in the car flush. I'll measure the bottom to see if there's a width change. A little bit over 12, about 12.125. Looks like 12.25, or sorry, 12 here. We're on the bottom again. 8.5. Yeah. 8.5. Okay. So that's our speaker box, right? I'll tell you what I got going on in the car. I do have a D&D amp. So it's going to go in this cubby hole. This is how it usually sits. You would have all this space for storage. I thought it was a great idea to take the old speaker out because I didn't really hear it doing anything anyway. But all I did without like a little net here, everything just fell out anyway. So it really wasn't a huge asset to the car. The old speaker I had set here, I did not like it. It constantly slid out. I was trying to use screws going into here, which is where your fuel tank was, and I was scared to go with a screw that had too much depth. So half the time I was grabbing the carpet, or I wasn't going through sheet metal, or yada yada yada. So I didn't like a speaker box here. I used my T-tops area, so don't get it twisted. I was even debating on taking a sub out, but I have a sub. That 6-inch sub is here, and then I have a spot. So it's like, well, why not just put it in there, right? So I had a bolt that was here. I ground it off. It used to be my ground, but when I test fitted this earlier, what happened was that bolt kicked the sub up in the air and kind of just made it off, and all teetered and everything. So what we did was we ground it off, and I'm going to put the sub in. I'm going to show you how it fits. So here we go. All right, really nothing to explain other than it just slides in there, and I clip this in. It fits amazing. I don't have any of my amp wiring secured yet, so they're just all tucked behind here. This car is down for some pretty heavy maintenance, so ignore all the loose wiring. No battery, no engine, no transmission. As y'all probably saw, I'll have the interior out. So what I'm doing on this car, I'm starting from the back forward. And so I did I deleted the power antenna, and I put a manual antenna on it. These things are notorious for bad antennas. I have 3 power antennas, and they're all bad. So anyways, as you can see how our grooves are, the only one, there's a little bulge there. I wish it kind of went a hair back, but you know what, I don't, because look how this fits. If I had a clip here, I mean, this thing, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, it could be a hair better. Here, absolutely perfect. I'm going to get some carpet, some speaker carpet, to kind of match this. You can see here, fits perfect. So I did try to put a bigger 10-inch sub in it. All my subs that are 10 inches have a magnet too big. You know, kind of nature of the beast. If you want to put stuff in cubby holes like this, you're going to limit yourself. You know, I ain't going to be one of those guys where I take all my trunk space and put 215s in it with all these big old amps. I can get speakers. Half the time I don't even listen to music, guys. So this is just really utilizing something I already have and just putting it in play. I mean, what if I decide I want to, you know, have music one day? I mean, definitely with these T-tops, I am going to play some loud music. Actually, I am thinking about getting me a amp for my different speakers, because I got some decent Bazooka 6-inch subs there, but they are nowhere near the speaker as far as capacity compared to this 6-inch sub. So anyways, yeah, so that's how it fits. Pretty simple. Deleting or cutting off this bolt, which is here. Oh, it got hot. It deleted it. It burned into the carpet. Cut that off. I will have to find a new spot for my amp. But other than that, yeah, happy. I mean, look at the spacing there. I got plenty of spacing. Looks even. T-tops, no interference when T-tops are in. In fact, I'll put the T-tops in and show you what it looked like. Hey, so speaking of that, for people who don't know, these are labeled driver side, passenger. You know, it's almost like the cup holders in these cars. You might not even know they're not here. So let me put T-tops in, and all I do is follow the curve of the front, so I know this is the driver's side. In fact, let me try doing it one-handed. I know this is driver. And they latch, if you didn't know. GM had some crappy products, and then they had some decent ones, right? There we are. So T-tops are in. I mean, it's tight. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that speaker, this ain't the thing, just holds it in place. It ain't like it's something crazy. But yeah, plenty of clearance as far as that. I'm happy. Actually, if I go to bigger speaker, if you see by the arch of it, that speaker would even get tighter. I mean, I could probably recess it a little bit, but I ain't worried about that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hey, if you're not subscribed and you made it this far, hopefully you enjoyed my videos, or you're willing to give it a go. Please like, please comment. Just give me good feedback, even if it's positive criticism. I really want to know how to make this channel. I've had some videos get me 200 views, and I don't know if it's part of the algorithm, because I put like a certain word in one of them that maybe could be related to something like YouTube frowns upon. And I ain't talking about anything, guys. I'm talking about like pew-pews. So there's something about something. YouTube's not trying to endorse certain things, and I put a word that it dealt with automotive. It dealt with nothing at all with what I guess it sounded like, but it didn't get the views as another video, which was very identical. But I went to a junkyard looking at different cars, and one got great views and other ones didn't. So please leave positive criticism. Please leave positive feedback. Please leave. Give me a like if you do enjoy. If you don't like it, dislike it. I mean, I need to know. And subscribing always helps. It just keeps me motivated. And if you got content, I'm an F-body guy. I'm an Oldsmobile guy. I also do boating. Just a good old John boat type stuff. I got a truck that's going to need upgrades and modifications. I'll record that. But anything, just give me suggestions and I'll try to do what I can. But all right, to the next one.